Please pray with me. Father, I thank you so much for another day that you have created and given us life. And I thank you for who you are and who you are to us. Now, Father, as we are in this setting, as we are doing business for the county, for others, I pray that you would grant us your wisdom, your understanding, that you would give us a cooperative spirit to do the right thing. And Father, I just pray that you would help us to be better than what we are. And all of these things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next is the approval of the agenda. And I want to point out that resolution number 2024 to create Animal Shelter Oversight Committee. The mayor won't be here tonight. And the one for the Establishing Emergency Management Agency, should like to put that off maybe till next month. But I'm open to suggestions.
I guess we can approve it, and then when we get to it, we can defer it, right?
We can.
Okay, then I'll move to approve the agenda.
Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is unanimous. Next is appearance of citizens. Unless there's someone in the hall, there's none out there but Rachel. All right, the next is the Director of Schools, the letter of Representative Reagan. And this is just on the, on there to officially say that, you know, we approve or disapprove of it. Do we have a motion to
Motion
approve?
to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the letter going to,
Yeah, let me just ask a question. So this is just to state that we signed on to this letter.
correct.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
not, are we going to be expected to vote every step that the bill makes?
No, I don't think so. This is just in support of the Anderson County School Board and the Anderson County Director, Tim Parris.
Okay. I'm still collecting information, and I did, for this letter right here that Dr. Parrott has prepared, I have no problem with what he has said here, but the 39-page bill, there are some issues and some things that I,
I'm
have
sure-
questions about.
I'm sure we'll have the opportunity again because it's not finalized.
Okay,
And it's still got to go through, it's got a physical amount tied to it. It's very hefty. And just knowing what happens in the state when you have something that high of a physical bill, sometimes it don't pass. But this
Okay.
is just about the letter tonight that
All right.
Dr. Parrish asked for our support.
okay. For this letter, I agree. Sorry.
So this bill, this is still in committee right now.
That's correct.
So we don't have the final.
No, sir.
Yeah, so it's, okay.
Yep. All we're voting on tonight is the support that the Director of Schools have asked. And I think most everybody read the emails and text and,
I'm not in support of this, so I'll just be voting no for it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No,
Got one no vote. Okay. All right. Next is resolution number 2024-01-1151 to create the Animal Shelter Oversight Committee, deferred from the February operations meeting. And you have a resolution that was passed out by Rachel earlier. Is there any discussion on this? Do you want to put it off to next month? You want to have some type of discussion and have discussion again when the mayor comes back, or
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Ray?
the mayor wrote a letter here, or an email, about this and everything like that, but it doesn't discuss the concerns that we've had and the problems communicating with the mayor. And so I'm gonna recommend that we go ahead and vote on this and send it to commission, and then let the mayor make her argument with the commission on what she wants.
Okay,
Because the big problem is we're not getting communications.
okay.
And she's not even addressing the issue of that. So, you know, I make a motion to pass this resolution.
Okay, we got a motion, we have a second.
I'll second it.
A second for discussion. And I understand that Commissioner Barron is now the chairman of the Oversight Committee, is that,
That's correct. Animal
Okay.
care.
okay, all right.
Mr. Chair-
Discussion,
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We did have a Animal Oversight Committee meeting last Thursday, yeah. And yes, Commissioner Varyn is the new chairman of that committee. The mayor was in attendance. She gave some updates there, and she said that she would be bringing her version of this board that we're seeking to this body. I understand she's not here, but she did say in that meeting she would be bringing her version. So I'm kind of disappointed that we don't have a version in front of us to look at. Seems like she could have emailed it.
did you get it
I haven't,
from today?
no, I haven't seen anything from today. Is that
Okay.
her version?
Yeah, well, it's not really, it's not the whole, it's not done, it's just some plans, and I had a hard time getting it through my email, so I had to go an alternate email to get it.
So in our meeting, the committee voted to approve the one that Commissioner Varyn, and it's in front of us, this 2024-01, 1151. And we had a couple of recommendations from the committee to reduce the number, but I'm happy to go with the number the way it is for now, unless Commissioner Varyn wants to do different. I know Commissioner McCamey was in the meeting as well. So I'm going to vote for it. I can't remember, Commissioner Varyn, what was it they wanted to do? I think the recommendation from the committee was to go from 3 to 2. So in section 1, under item 1, I think they wanted to go from 3 members of the county legislative body to 2. And then instead of 3 members appointed by the county mayor, they wanted to go down to 2. 3 members still nominated by the nominating committee and confirmed by the board of commissioners, and then ex officio remained the same. Or maybe that C was, what was it, 5 or 7? What?
We said 5 or 7.
Okay.
It's in parentheses here, it's 5.
So,
So,
Commissioner Varyn, if you make her the motion, Mr. Chairman, if you're willing to insert those changes, I'd be willing to second that motion if you want to amend it to.
yeah, well, they're already.
Oh, they're already in it, okay. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the one we had on
Yeah.
our minutes.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman?
This was handed out
Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that, I apologize.
by, yeah.
Okay, so that's the official 2024-01, 1151 now.
Yeah.
Cool, we're good, okay, yeah.
Commissioner
Well,
Allen?
I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, the mayor isn't here, and she sent some information to us about why she's not going to be here. Is it possible that I could amend Commissioner Barron's motion to just defer it until she can get here and just explain everything?
You can make a motion to defer.
I would like to amend Mr. Barron's motion and have it deferred, if that's proper.
Yeah,
Next month's meeting is when, I think we need to say when.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, next month's meeting when she'll be here, and she could probably be, help out as to why things seem to be a little bit confused, but I think we should defer it to next month, let her get here.
Commissioner McCamey, did you want to speak?
He made a motion to defer. I'm waiting to see if we get a second.
Okay. Yeah, we got a second. Did you?
I didn't second,
Oh,
I was
you
just
didn't?
asking.
Okay,
I'll second it
okay,
to defer.
okay. There's no discussion on deferment. All in favor to defer to next month, say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand, please. 1, 2, 3. Motion fails. Would it be 4? Be 4 to 4. Then we'll go back to the original motion.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I have a couple of things about this that I'd like to say, and then about this resolution in general. So there's a couple of things in here that are not addressed that was asked, like how long do the board members serve? I think that was something that may have came up in the meeting. I'm pulling that from the recesses there. But there's also some things in here too that I don't quite understand. I don't want us to get into the same situation that we were in before with the IT and the HR committee. It says the committee is designed, this is under section 2, powers conferred. The committee is designed to provide oversight and supervision to the animal shelter, and the county mayor and the director of animal care and control provides staffing personnel. So I'm a little unclear as to if this is a department under the mayor, why are oversight and supervision given to a committee? And when, this is under, this is a department under the mayor. And so, and then, after I finally got to go to one of the meetings on Thursday, and I heard that this was an advisory committee advising the mayor, and I understand that there are some things that maybe they've asked for that they've not gotten answers to, but when I heard the list of what all they've accomplished, my first question was, is this committee even needed? Because, what questions are not being addressed? Everything that's come to us, to commission or to operations, has the issue is the lack of space. And until we have a facility or start building a facility, there's not much more that we can do. And so I'm wondering if that's not part of maybe why she's not answering, or it seems like she's not communicating or not answering, is that all of the issues seem to be related to space. I don't know. I'd like to hear that, from her. And I'd like to maybe know what are the issues that are not being addressed. So, that's one of the things. I just wondered, has this committee fulfilled its task from the beginning, and now we just have to wait until we start building a facility? I'm just tossing that out there. I don't know the answer. I'm just tossing that out for us to consider. If this is a department under the mayor's office, then, that's what she's elected to do. So I don't know what this committee is supposed to be doing now. I don't know, just something, I just wanted to toss that out there.
Well,
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, whatever, when we send this, either we vote it up or vote it down, when it goes to full commission, the mayor will be there and there'll be the opportunity to speak, and all we're doing is referring. And sometimes something we haven't done in a while is we'll send something from committee to commission without a recommendation. It passes, so, it's
And
always.
just, if I could just add up to that, I know we have to figure out, this body has to figure out, or the full commission, where the money's gonna come from to build a facility. So, that's a task that commission is tasked with. And we're gonna be talking about that, at the strategic planning workshop the end of this month. That should be one of the things that we talk about with this capital outlay and the projects that are on the horizon. So, I don't know, maybe we can do more in-depth discussion at that time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioner Wandell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Palmer, I was glad to see you at the Thursday meeting for the animal shelter oversight. I appreciate you coming. I guess the only way I could explain some of your comments, it's kind of like bringing in an expert to help our county commission to get focused on the operational side of commission, right? You bring in an expert to do that. I look at the animal shelters the same way. We need an expert committee board to help direct it. It's not as easy as just saying, throw money at it and it'll be fixed. It's not fixed now. You may not be aware, but in my district, I've had probably 5 cats killed in front of little kids. Yes, it's at Ben's Mobile Home Park, but it doesn't matter. Cats are killed. We've called, people have called no less than 5, 10 times. Everything's busy. You call the number, no one answers. The shelter's full. All of these other issues, and I'm not blaming the mayor, but what I am saying is that department needs some oversight, needs some help. And we've been talking about this, by the way, since, I believe, October of 2023. So we can kick the can down the road another month. I'm happy to do so. And animals will die in the meantime, and we can just chalk it up to we need to give the mayor a little more time. You were at the meeting. You heard the mayor say she'll have something Monday night. Today is Monday. I didn't make her say that. If she was here tonight, I would be casted as a mean guy that's attacking the mayor, just because I would bring that to the attention. So, Mr. Chairman, I think we have waited long enough to have a resolution developed, and thank you to the law director, Rachel, and the staff for putting together. They did the best they could, trying to get information from the mayor's department and from the commission and from the Animal Shelter Advisory Committee that's there. As I said at that meeting, we had been meeting for 661 days. The mayor has 45 days to respond to our recommendations. She's probably responded to, I don't know, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, I'll say 20. But we probably had 125 recommendations. But that's neither here or there either. So I'd like to just move forward, Mr. Chairman, and vote on this resolution as it's in front of us tonight. As was stated earlier, I did step down off that committee because I felt new direction, new blood. I felt like Commissioner Varon and the mayor were communicating well, removing myself to give the appearance of I'm just after the mayor and I want to see her not be in control of the animal shelter. It's not my goal. My goal is to see all the animals taken care of, see that we have funding for the new shelters when it is built, see that we have a maintenance plan in place, see that we have enough people to run the shelter and all those things. And I believe this resolution answers those questions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No, I'm satisfied.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'd just like to say, I deeply respect Commissioner Wandell, and I finally got to go to one of those meetings, and it was outlined what all that this committee has done, and they have done a tremendous amount, probably at you at the helm for the majority of that time, and I think it's great. I think they're going in the right direction. I'm not real sure what could have been done. I mean, I understand that there are some animals dying, but I'm not sure what they could do with the space that we've got. And this could be my own ignorance. I understand that, and not being here before. But since I've been here, the 18 months I've been here, the issues have just all been about space, and that I've heard. I'm not privy, or I've not been to all of the meetings, so I acknowledge that. But I would like to say, you know, the email, and I know you probably didn't get to read it before you got here, but I mean, it's a really good reason why the mayor's not here. It is
Yeah, I got to read it.
it's an invitation. It's on a national level. It's going to bring a lot of positive attention to our county. And she was asked to come and speak or to participate. And so I know that she would have been here. I feel like she would have been here she's not missed a meeting unless she's had to do something in her capacity as mayor. So maybe when she said that on Thursday at the advisory, she'd forgotten about this or whatever, but I still don't feel comfortable with supervision of county employees going to a committee. And this resolution that we have before us states that. And I just can't support this resolution right now. I don't know, I still think we have a little bit of time. I know it seems like we're kicking the can down the road, but I still think we have a little time. We've not even settled on a loan or anything on how to pay for the building. We've got what we've got. We've got the animal shelter that we have right now. And we doing the best, it looks like they're doing the best that they can do. And so I don't want to be impetuous and jump into something that we may regret or have to revise down the road. And thank you for letting me speak a second time.
Mr. Chairman, you have something to say, and I understand the concerns of the distinguished commissioners there, but the mayor does have a valid reason for not being here. I don't think that she just willy-nilly just didn't show up here. She's going to be on a national program and speak nationally, and that's her reasoning. She did send a very elaborate email to all of us that kind of outlines what her thinking is. And I would, hope that we would allow her to communicate what happened and maybe just, help some of our concerns here. But for me, I'll be voting no, because I do want her to communicate. I've heard the problems of communication. Well, this is the time that maybe we should listen. We should allow her to communicate. So I'll be voting no for this.
Okay. Any other discussion? Now, I want you to bear in mind that the chairman of that committee actually sits on this committee too.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you respect the committees, always just remember that.
Yes.
And then what we do here just goes to forward to full commission for more discussion.
Yeah.
So, so it'll be taken up again next Monday night. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Let's see a show of hands, please. 4. Motion passes. Forward to full commission. Is that with recommendation or without? Okay. All right. I did. Yeah, that's fine. It's because of, respecting the chairman and
Absolutely.
the other chairman, the prior chairman. I'm big on respecting what committees do. Okay, next is the resolution number 24-1157, establishing an emergency management agency to include requirements in Tennessee code. But she did tell me that she wasn't ready for that it really got put on a little prematurely, and would like, more time on that. And I think that's in that email there too.
Yep.
I think
You want a motion to defer then?
Okay.
Second. I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of deferment, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is Commissioner McCamey, interlocal agreement, public library services.
Just, can I follow up on that last motion? I mean,
Sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
wanting to change
go ahead.
nothing. I just wanted to make a comment. I'd like to have, if we could, the constables added in that. If we could just make a note, if I need to make a motion, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and do
I'd like to
that.
make a motion to add the constables to the equipment usage memorandum, I believe it's called.
Second.
I think that's the only ones I can think of, and we're gonna, Thursday night, have the fire commission meeting. And in the meeting, on our agenda, we're gonna make a motion to, allow the constables to be added to the fire commission as ex officio non-voting members. Of course, it has to pass, but we hope that will happen.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman, if we could, I don't know if it's appropriate to add it with this motion or not, but the Family Justice Center has had some security issues in the past too, and they transport people and stuff, so it might be worth reaching out to them since they're a county entity about being part of the radio network
Yeah.
too.
Good idea.
Security.
Annette, did you get that? Yeah.
I'd be happy to add that to the motion if you'd like.
All right. We have a motion and a second. It's amended. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimous.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Now we'll go to the interlocal agreement, public library services, referred from the January commission meeting.
Not been any change since January. But I will point out, this agreement was for this fiscal year, which will end June the 30th. We're already in the budget process. If you all want to pass it, that's fine. If not, we've operated all these years without it, so. But we'll need a new agreement for next year, and be some different things put in there, like the utilities that, but this agreement only covers this year and gets us something in writing. If you want to go
Sounds
with
good.
it, fine. If not,
Got a motion?
yes, sir.
Second.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Oh, sorry.
opposed?
Did you?
Me. Oh, what are we voting on?
Oh.
To pass the interlocal library agreement?
Mhm.
Okay,
It's the same thing we're doing now, and there's no financial changes.
okay.
It's just in writing.
If
and it's
we
only good for
remember,
this month.
if we go back to the original motion, it was to the mayor was going to come, and I know she's not here tonight, but anyway, we need to hear what she has gotten from, the different municipalities and all of the things that we still haven't gotten that report from her.
Right.
And so,
What Commissioner McCamey was pointing out, it's exactly as how we operate right now.
mhm.
It's just not in writing.
Well, and did they change the back of the interlocal library agreement to say 1 year from 3 years to 1 year? Because the original interlocal agreement was a 3-year contract. No, it's still section 10. This agreement shall expire 3 years after the last execution date, not 1 year. So it's not a 1-year contract, it's a 3-year contract.
Well, I'm willing to change that, and because the funding and everything else depends on what the budget committee does. And if the mayor has something that she wants to present, she can do that during the budget process, and, she can do it next Monday night. But
So your motion is actually for the continuance of this budget year?
for this budget year, yes,
Okay.
this fiscal year. I mean, it can be renewed, at any time,
Right.
for 1 to 3 years, 5 years, whatever. But I'm just trying to get something in writing for this fiscal year, because that was the original complaint, that we had nothing in writing. We have it in writing now, so, and that gets us through this fiscal year. There'll be changes, I'm sure, because, some of the cities were not paying utilities and we were, and the agreement says that we don't pay them, that they do, but, so it.
But right now, we are paying them.
Right, and it's just, that's through this year. But in the new thing, if the cities are required to pay utilities along with maintenance of their buildings and things like that.
Because that was a big issue for me because of the city of Rocky Top. They're really struggling right now, and, dumping another $75,000 on them would be really tough.
Yeah, and I understand that. I'm in favor of it being 3 years, keep it just like it is for the next 3 years, but I understand the mayor's gonna have a proposal, and she basically, what she told us before is she wants to get out of it and just give the cities a donation. But I still think that Norris and Rocky Top would both suffer from it, so.
Okay.
So when does this year end?
June 30th.
June 30th? So just for a few months,
Yep.
just leave it as it is?
Yeah, just as is for the remainder of this year. It's already funded, everything's, you know, everything's good. There's no,
I still would like to see the report that, the mayor's gonna give to us.
yeah, that's fine, but, you know, it's not gonna change this year because it's
Yeah.
too late in the year. We're already in next year's budget, you know.
Yeah,
So this just covers us for this year, gets something in writing for this year, and we'll have a new, whatever the budget committee decides, you know, for the next year.
okay, I got you.
It's still not in writing. We don't have it. If your motion is to change section 10
Yes, I
to,
said it,
until June
30th,
30th,
2024.
okay, I mean, you know, the original motion was to have the mayor do the research, come back and report. And she was, you know, she was the one who said that they couldn't find an agreement. And we heard everything. We heard that they pay utilities, we pay utilities. I just would like to see it all. I mean, it's hard to vote for something that we just discussed because I may not remember it in a week from now after I've slept 7 days. So I don't know. I would feel more comfortable if we wait and got a full report with a good contract. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Anderson?
Right now, Rocky Top, and we pay the utilities at Clinton and Rocky Top and Briceville, and we split the utilities with Norris for the city of Norris. But I think Commissioner McCamey's intent with this was to put something in writing because we can defer and give the mayor a month to come back, or 5 years or 10 years to come back. She's never going to find paperwork that doesn't exist. So this is creating that paper trail. And this system that we've got in place has worked since the 1940s. So I don't really want to make too many changes to it. If I don't want to ask Rocky Top to pay any more bills than they're already paying. I don't think they can afford it, and I don't necessarily think Norris can either. And so I'm going to support this, and I would oppose giving the libraries over to the cities. I think it needs to stay a county library board system or a hybrid system where there's a city-county partnership, because if cities take over their libraries, they can charge out-of-city residents. And so people in Medford, Oliver Springs, Andersonville would probably have to pay a subscription to go to the Norris or Clinton libraries. So. But I'll support this as Commissioner McCamey's got it in his motion.
Okay. And then at the next budget cycle, it'll be brought up again.
Yep.
And discussed in full. It just gives a foundation of how we're operating now, is the way I understand it. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
No,
No,
Motion, got two. Motion passes. Okay. Unfinished business. Seeing none, new business. One thing, Commissioner McCamey, did you have somebody that wanted to serve on the beer board?
He changed his mind.
Oh, okay, all right. 'cause
Said he's just
I
too
brought that
busy.
up today, so,
Yeah.
okay. All right, seeing none, motion to adjourn.
can I make an announcement?
sure.
Don't forget about the follow-up strategic planning workshop. It's Wednesday, March 27th, so it's in 2 weeks, at the Anderson County Health Department conference room, and it will be from 8 to 4. And we will be discussing capital outlay and projects, and then also a growth plan. We'll be talking about growth plans.
Y'all furnishing breakfast?
No lunch.
It's good.
The strategic.
That's right. Mhm.
But, you know, that's not a funding arm, because it's basically, you know, just another committee.
Yeah, was it just to discuss where the money may be able to come from, or, I don't know.
Well, I think it was, you know, if they could actually do it or not.
Yeah.
And be fair about it.
There won't be, it'll be like last time, that there's no voting, it's just discussion on all of these things. where we can talk about the different funds, how it could be funded, and
Yeah.
what all we have, kind of have a project list, a priority.
'Cause I know
Of
from
those
time to
projects.
time over the last 14, 15 years, we've helped different municipalities out for different things, so.
Maybe this time too, we'll see.
So Chairman, didn't we vote to pursue that through a CDBG grant, Community Development Block Grant?
It didn't pass budget,
Oh.
yeah. So it was deferred to the Strategic Planning Committee.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, Annette, do you know how much money I've got in waste management? Okay, one of the other things was, that's brought up in budget, was for, the ball field scoreboard that is for Lake City Middle School. You know, I think it was, people thought it was for the Little League. The Little League uses it, but it's the Lake City Middle School. And they were asking for $5,000, but it didn't pass. So Commissioner White voted to, you know, he said that he would donate $1,000 of his waste management and then do a $500 donation. And then I'll do what I can from waste management, and another $500 donation. So it still puts us about $2,500 out. So,
I'll be honest with you, I was embarrassed that they took so much time to talk about $5,000 for something that's so much needed. It was embarrassing for the county, I thought, because of the amount of time they spent on talking about it, and when it was just a simple, you know, the school board giving 5,000, the county 5,000, and a private donor gonna give 10,000.
yeah.
And that was gonna be it, you know. But, they spent more time on that than they did the $500,000 that they were asking for, so.
Well, we'll move on, you know, with other private donations. But, anyway, anything else to come before this committee?